Laken Riley's tragic murder shook a Georgia college town and ignited a national debate. This is the story of a young nursing student's life cut short, a community in mourning, and a trial that captivated the country. Laken Riley was a 22-year-old nursing student at Augusta University's Athens campus, with a bright future ahead of her. Born on January 10, 2002, in Marietta, Georgia, to Jason Riley and Allison Phillips, she had 3 siblings. She graduated in 2020 from River Ridge High School in Woodstock, Georgia, where she was a member of the cross-country team. Described by her family as full of promise, Riley had dreams of becoming a nurse and starting a family. She was an active member of the Alpha Chi Omega sorority. In her last journal entry on December 17, 2023, she wrote a touching note to her future husband. "To my future husband, I want you to know that I'm thinking about you. I'm working every day to become the best wife I can be, by working through my current relationships to best prepare me for ours and our kids one day," Riley wrote. She expressed her desire to raise her children with Christian values and her faith in God's plan for her life. On the morning of February 22, 2024, Riley set out for a run on the University of Georgia campus in Athens. At 8:55 a.m., she texted her mother, "Good morning, about to go for a run if you're free to talk." She called her mother at 9:03 a.m. and then started listening to music. A trail camera captured Riley at 9:05 a.m., running with her iPhone in her left hand toward the intramural fields. At 9:11 a.m., Riley made a desperate 911 call using the SOS application on her phone. The dispatcher was unable to speak with anyone before the call was disconnected. As the morning progressed, Riley's mother grew increasingly worried. She sent several unanswered texts and calls, including one at 9:58 a.m. that read, "You're making me nervous, not answering when you're out running. Are you okay?" Riley's roommates, Lily Steiner and Sophia Magana, became concerned when she didn't return from her run. Using a phone app to track each other's whereabouts, they noticed Riley's phone had remained in the same location for an extended period. The roommates walked to the trail where the app indicated Riley was located, found one of her earbuds, and called the police. Riley's roommate reported her missing to the UGA police at 12:07 p.m. At 12:38 p.m., a University of Georgia police officer made the grim discovery of Riley's body, partially covered by leaves, 64 feet off the trail in Oconee Forest Park behind Lake Herrick. The autopsy revealed that Riley had sustained significant blunt force trauma to her head, including 8 injuries to the left side of her skull and an injury just above her right temple. There was also evidence of asphyxiation. Police quickly focused their investigation on Jose Antonio Ibarra, a 26-year-old undocumented Venezuelan immigrant. Surveillance footage showed a man, believed to be Ibarra, tossing items into a recycling bin and nearby bushes shortly after the estimated time of Riley's death. In the recycling bin, officers found a dark hooded jacket with Riley's blood on it and strands of long, dark hair caught on a button. In the bushes, they found black disposable kitchen gloves, one of which had a hole in the thumb tip. Ibarra was arrested the day after the killing. Police noticed what appeared to be fingernail scratches on Ibarra's arms and left wrist when they encountered him. UGA police stated that he lived in an apartment complex about 1 mile from the wooded area where Riley's body was found. Ibarra entered the United States illegally in September 2022, crossing the southern border with Mexico near El Paso, Texas. After being apprehended and released by federal authorities, he initially stayed at the Roosevelt Hotel migrant shelter in New York before moving to Georgia. Ibarra had a history of legal troubles, including arrests in multiple jurisdictions. In October 2023, he and his brother were arrested on theft charges in Athens, but were released. Ibarra had a bench warrant issued for his arrest in December 2023, after failing to appear in court for a shoplifting case. On May 8, 2024, a grand jury in Clark County indicted Ibarra on 10 charges, including 3 counts of felony murder, malice murder, kidnapping with bodily injury, aggravated battery, aggravated assault with intent to rape, hindering a 911 call, tampering with evidence, and peeping Tom. Ibarra pleaded not guilty to all charges. The trial of Jose Ibarra began on November 15, 2024. Ibarra waived his right to a jury trial, meaning his case would be heard and decided solely by Athens Clark County Superior Court Judge H. Patrick Haggard. Special Prosecutor Sheila Ross presented a compelling case against Ibarra. She told the judge that Ibarra had gone hunting for females on the University of Georgia's campus and killed Riley after she refused to be his rape victim. The prosecution's evidence included DNA evidence. Riley's DNA was found under Ibarra's fingernails, and his DNA was found under hers, indicating a struggle. Fingerprint evidence. Ibarra's thumbprint was found on Riley's phone screen. Surveillance footage. Video showed a man believed to be Ibarra disposing of evidence near his apartment. Cell phone data. FBI analysis of cell phone location and usage pointed to Ibarra as the murderer. Defense attorney Dustin Kirby argued that the evidence against Ibarra was circumstantial. The defense team suggested an alternative theory that Ibarra's brother Diego might have killed Riley, with Jose becoming involved after the fact. On November 20, 2024, Judge Haggard found Jose Ibarra guilty on all 10 charges against him. The judge had his verdict ready just 15 minutes after closing arguments ended. He stated, "I wrote down 2 things in the closing. One was a statement by prosecutor Sheila Ross that the evidence was overwhelming and powerful, and then I also wrote down what defense attorney Catelyn Beck said, that I'm required to set aside my emotions. Both of those statements are correct." The courtroom was filled with emotion as the guilty verdicts were announced. Riley's family and roommates, who had attended the 4-day trial and heard hours of timelines, DNA analysis, and descriptions of her injuries, reacted with sobs and gasps. During the sentencing phase, Riley's family delivered heart-wrenching victim impact statements. Her mother, Allison Phillips, pleaded with the judge saying, "Your Honor, I'm asking you to please give Jose Ibarra the same thing he gave us when he made the choice to take Laken's life and destroy ours. He showed no mercy on Laken when she was begging for her life. I'm asking you to please give this monster life without any chance of parole so that he never gets the chance to hurt anyone else ever again." Riley's stepfather, John Phillips, spoke about the promising future that was taken from Laken. "Her life was abundantly and exceptionally full of promise," he said, choking up during his testimony. Judge Haggard sentenced Jose Ibarra to life in prison without the possibility of parole, plus an additional 49 years. This decision was in line with the prosecution's recommendation and the wishes of Riley's family. The decision not to seek the death penalty in this case sparked some controversy. Deborah Gonzalez, the district attorney for Georgia's Western Judicial Circuit, had campaigned on a platform opposing capital punishment. In a 2020 tweet, she stated, "I do not support the death penalty. It is cruel and inhumane. As DA of Athens, GA, I will not seek it in any prosecution. The eye for an eye argument does not make our community whole. Restorative justice does that." This stance drew criticism from some conservative figures, including U.S. Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene, who argued that Ibarra deserved the death penalty. However, the DA's office defended the life sentence, stating, "Life without parole is an appropriately serious sentence and is a decision supported by the family, as heard in the impact statements during yesterday's sentencing." Riley's murder reignited the national debate over immigration policies. Ibarra, an undocumented immigrant from Venezuela, had entered the United States illegally in 2022, but was allowed to remain in the country to pursue his immigration case. This case was mentioned during the 2024 State of the Union address by President Joe Biden, who later expressed regret for referring to Riley's suspected killer as an illegal instead of undocumented. The case became a rallying cry for immigration reform from many conservatives. In response to the tragedy, the U.S. House of Representatives passed the Laken Riley Act on March 7, 2024, with a vote of 251 to 170. The act, if enacted, would mandate federal detention of migrants who commit burglary or theft and allow states to file suit against the federal government for failing to enforce immigration laws. The bill was introduced in the United States Senate on March 12, 2024, with Alabama Senator Katie Britt calling for its passage before the trial. Riley's murder resonated deeply with her family and friends. Her mother described Ibarra as a sick, twisted, evil coward who showed no mercy to her daughter. Her funeral was held on March 1, 2024, at the Woodstock City Church, and she was buried at Enon Cemetery in Woodstock, Georgia. Riley's family plans to establish a foundation in her honor, called the Laken Hope Riley Foundation. The family expressed their commitment to keeping her memory alive, saying, "She will be missed every day, but we promise to honor her life moving forward in a very big way." A memorial was created for Riley at Lake Herrick on the University of Georgia campus, serving as a place for the community to remember and reflect on the young life lost too soon. Please share your thoughts about this case in the comments section below. Don't forget to like and share this video and subscribe to Crime Saga for more videos like this.